Namaste, beautiful yogis. So today I'm not gonna teach a class. So what I'm gonna do is I wanna tell you a little bit about me because you obviously, possibly, maybe join my yoga classes. You know my incredible love and passion for yoga practice, but where does it come from? How did I got this way? So this is what I wanna share with you. So exactly 20 years ago, I took my very first step into the Ashtanga studio. So Ashtanga yoga, this powerful dynamic yoga style. And here in Helsinki, in the city, and the class was taught by one of the legendary yoga teachers, Petri Räisänen. At the beginning of the class, I saw him doing a headstand there for probably 15 minutes. He was just there in a corner standing on his head and I was like, what? That's so cool. But I gotta say, my first class wasn't by all means love at first sight. It was horrible. I didn't understand what these people were talking about. Down dog, how can it be a resting pose, and so on. So I found it quite horrendous, but somehow, you know, that energy in the classroom, something about that sweaty glow in me afterwards, it got me a little bit hooked. And I knew that there was more into it. There was such a beautiful message in that class, even though I was half a kind of like struggling, staying alive. But yeah, it was amazing, and I kept going and into the Ashtanga classes. I did enjoy it a lot, and after some while, my practice become independent. I would practice at home occasionally, and like 5 years later, I just decided to sell all my belongings and head to this trip to India for half a year. So with a backpack on my back, I went to Goa. I rented a house, I rented a motorcycle, I lived there, volunteered in a dog hospital or shelter, taking care of all the different dogs, and it was amazing. Those times, I would wake up in the morning, I would jump on my motorcycle and I would drive down to the beach and do my Ashtanga primary series there while little stray dogs would tear my mat apart. But yeah, I think it was there where yoga actually found me. So even though I have found yoga 5 years before, it was in that moment, on that completely empty beach in the early morning, yoga found me, and I found that deeper meaning. I actually experienced this true sense of healing within myself, and it was amazing. I somehow changed. At the same time, I was reading a book, Dalai Lama's book, The Art of Happiness, which is still one of my most favorite books in the world. So while I was reading that, I just, and with all the yoga, I changed. I just became completely a different person compared to what I was before. And yeah, since then I knew it. I knew that I want to be a yoga teacher. I want to share this passion with everybody because what yoga gives to me, it's incredible. It's like my friend when I feel lonely. It calms me down when I feel anxious. It lifts me up when I'm feeling down. It's everything, you know. After I came back from India, I did a lot of traveling around there, and it was amazing, life-changing journey. But I got really sick, so the doctors tried to heal me in so many different ways. I just couldn't get better. I lost so much weight. I'm like 175 centimeters tall, but I weighed like 46 kilos, which is quite a little. And yeah, and again, yoga just healed me. being disciplined with my practice that got me back to normal. Years went by and I actually moved to Australia 10 years ago, so halfway through my yoga practice, and I still kept constantly trying out all these different studios. I met some incredible teachers that were my inspirations. I look so much up to them. I find them incredibly kind and informative and filled with knowledge and filled with light. And of course there's also teachers that don't work, but every time you go to a class you learn something. Either it's positive or it's negative, but you know, that's the purpose of learning things. It's just going through these different emotions and so on. But yeah, my yoga was getting so serious that I thought that I do want to share this with others. So I was starting to look up some schools, different schools, and I knew that I wanted to study it in India, so in the very source and the birthplace of yoga. So I found this amazing school, Himalaya Yoga Valley, and I packed my bags and I left there. It was based on Ashtanga, so we were learning Ashtanga yoga with Iyengar alignments, and so using sometimes props or blocks and stuff like that, belts. So yeah, it was hardcore. I gotta say that I did not expect the teacher training to be so full on. It was from morning 6 o'clock till evening 7 p.m. and it was just stunning. We had so many books, there was so much to learn, chanting mantras and asanas, learning Sanskrit, learning, so much constantly. So yeah, wow, it was an experience. And actually a couple of people quit in the middle of the practice just because it was full on, and also to physically handle such practice. Like we had a 4 hour of really disciplined Ashtanga practice daily. So I think that's why a lot of people left. But yeah, I made it to the end and I felt incredible. As they said at the school, that the real teacher training starts as the teacher training ends. So that's where you're gonna learn the most, when you actually start to teach other people. And I remember at one point my teacher, the main teacher of this school, pulled me aside. We sat on a park bench and he said to me that Diana, the mission, your dharma, your life purpose is to bring happiness to people, and that's what I aim to do throughout my yoga teaching. And so I want to make people feel happy. I want to make people smile, and yeah, so that's what I aim to do with my practice, my teaching. So yeah, in Australia 2012 I started my yoga business, Dia Yoga, which my wonderful friend helped me to invent this name. Dia means a light that you lit for your gods, or love, or day, but many meanings. For me, it does mean the light that I lit in myself for my gods, for me. And so yeah, and yeah, Dia Yoga started beautifully. I was petrified holding my first classes. I invited a lot of friends, of course. I was still really scared, and then I found this beautiful beachfront property in Western Australia, Perth, where I was living then. I started to hold classes there. First there was few people, but you know, time went on and there was suddenly 40-50 people in the classes, and a lot of joy, a lot of new friends, beautiful people, and lots of events. I started this thing called yiking, which was hiking and yoga. So we had trips around Western Australia where we would go to the waterfalls, we would meditate, we would hike, we would do yoga, we would hike, and it was a lot of fun. And also a lot of events and like yoga in the caves with bands and workshops, of course, and retreats. So I've had retreats in India, in Bali, in Finland, and now the next one is coming up in Spain, which I'm really looking forward to also. So of course I wanted to learn more and more. So I also went to Academy of surfing instructors in Australia and became a SUP yoga teacher. So that was fun also. I taught stand-up paddleboarding and also SUP yoga. So yoga on a stand-up paddleboard. That was a lot of fun too. But then I thought that I'm just gonna focus on teaching yoga on the ground. I also went to Bali to learn yoga for pregnant, post-pregnancy, for kids and teenagers. So that was also a lovely teacher training, and after that I actually started to teach a lot of pregnant ladies. And I also had quite a lot of classes in the different schools. I think the biggest event was where we had like over 300 kids. It was the entire elementary school, and it was nuts. It was a fun class to teach, you can imagine. So yeah, and as the very last of the teacher trainings, I went to this ashram in Mysore, India, and this was advanced yoga teacher training. It was intense. It was beautiful experience. I was physically so much in pain because we did like 7 hours physical asanas, and then there was lectures. We woke up at 5 a.m. and we went to bed about like 8:30 as the school finished, and it was very disciplined. And that's what I love about the teacher trainings in India. They are very disciplined, and that's how it should be. Like you learn, and I know yoga is all about kindness, and mosquito, it's autumn and it's mosquito, ew. So yeah, it was incredible experience, and I got so much out of it. This was a Shivananda style yoga teacher training, and people around the world. There was people who have been pilots or lawyers, you know, in their 40s, 50s, that has quit their jobs and become yoga teachers, moved to India, sell all their belongings and so on. So there was incredible people that I had honor to meet and practice with, and all yoga teachers. So this was a school for yoga teachers. And yeah, so 2019 I came to Finland. I took Dia Yoga here to Helsinki, back to my hometown, and I have found this beautiful yogic family here. Also, we have so much fun on this island that we live on, and I think we really enjoy all the practice. I still hold like retreats on the island nearby, quite a beautiful archipelago here in Finland, and yeah, yoga is my savior. I don't know, just the other day, the morning, I was feeling really like crappy, and then I was in Stockholm, Sweden, and I went to the rooftop and I just started to practice, and suddenly it's like somebody's giving you the biggest hug, which is yourself, you know, just giving that love and healing to yourself through the yoga practice. It's magic. I swear by it. I love yoga, and I wish I can share it for as long as I live, you know, the teachings. Very, very, very blessed. So just to finish off this little chat about my yoga story, I wanted to share with you a couple of tips, you know, as a yoga practitioner, either beginner or advanced yoga practitioner. Keep in mind that be permanent with your practice, like keep it steady, at least like 1 or twice or thrice in a week, try to get on that mat of yours. Like it makes such a massive difference if you commit to your practice. You know, it's really important. That's where you're gonna see all those benefits. And the practice doesn't have to be always like an hour, 1.5 hours, just even a 15-minute morning practice, like few sun salutations, a couple of nice deep breaths. They make a massive difference in your life, and that's also a yoga practice. And yeah, don't try to fit into this yoga crowd. Be yourself, own yourself. Like I think I am not your typical yoga teacher. I'm pretty like rebellious and out there, groovy, not groovy, but anyhow, I'm me, and I love it. You know, some people might come to my classes and think, okay, she's super weird, I want to leave this place right now. And some people can again resonate to me and think like, okay, she is exactly like me, she's psycho, but I love it. So you know, be yourself, own yourself, carry yourself. And the last thing is that remember the guru is in you. It's not in your teacher, it's nowhere else, but it's within you. If some teacher wants to come to you and say like, I am your guru, then no, that's not a good thing. I think a good yoga teacher will show you the way to yourself, to your own guru. And you know, the guru is the one that gives you the strength. It will give you all the keys to a perfect, great, happy life, and that's within you. The power is within you. Nobody else can carry your power. So you cannot go and ask and expect somebody else to carry your burdens, but it's in you. You're strong, you know. Trust yourself. Find that inner guru. It is in there, you know. Don't doubt yourself. I hope this was fun for you. This is me. This is how I am, and I am a proud yoga teacher, proud owner of my little yoga business. Very humble, very grateful, very happy, and very blessed. So I hope you keep following me. If you don't follow me yet, please feel free to push that follow button, thumbs up, or comment. You know, if you thought this was absolutely nuts, this entire story, then comment below. Anyhow, I am here for you. So if you do have any wishes about any type of classes, let me know. I adore you guys. Anybody who joins my classes, you know, it's so much fun when I get like messages from States or from Switzerland or from Australia, Finland, anywhere where you might be. I'm so keen to get to know you guys. So let me know how you're doing today, where you're from, what's going up, how is your yoga journey going. So sending you lots of love and peace. See you soon on our mats. Bye bye.